There are moments when the world seems to stop breathing. Not because of breaking news, not because of a scandal or a performance, but because of something simple. A single, fleeting moment that feels too real to ignore. A look, a silence, a smile. That's exactly what happened a few nights ago, when a short clip appeared online, barely 10 seconds long, but powerful enough to set millions of hearts racing in quiet unison. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It was soft, peaceful, and somehow unforgettable. Welcome back to Lumopop, your little sanctuary for the most delicate, heartfelt, and unspoken moments in the world of Asian entertainment. Today, we're diving into a video that, without a single word, managed to say everything. In the clip, Wang Yibo sits alone. No fancy lights, no filters, no stage makeup. Just him, framed by the warm glow of a lamp, like sunlight caught at the edge of evening. The air feels still. You can almost hear the quiet hum of the room around him. He looks at the camera, not with the sharp, confident gaze of a superstar, but with a softness that feels deeply personal. Then slowly he smiles. But it isn't the kind of smile you give to the world. It's smaller, real, private. The kind of smile that feels like it's meant for one person only. Someone who isn't there, but someone he's thinking of. It's gentle enough to break your heart. Because in that moment, it didn't feel like Wang Yibo, the celebrity. It felt like Yibo, the human being, a man remembering something or someone that still lives quietly inside him. Within hours, the clip went viral. Millions watched it, replayed it, slowed it down frame by frame. And everywhere, fans whispered the same name, Xiao Zhan. It's almost impossible to mention one without the other. Ever since The Untamed, their connection has lived beyond screens, beyond roles, beyond words. And though years have passed, the chemistry they once shared continues to echo. In every small gesture, every smile, every unspoken pause. Fans began connecting the dots in ways only devoted fans can. They noticed the shirt Yibo was wearing, a soft gray one that looked eerily similar to something Xiao Zhan wore in an old behind-the-scenes clip. They noticed the lighting, that golden hue that always seemed to follow the two of them during their most intimate scenes together. And then there was that look in Yibo's eyes, a tenderness that fans hadn't seen in years. Was it just coincidence? Or something more? Comment sections filled with emotion. One fan wrote, "That smile wasn't for us. It was for someone else." Another said softly, "They don't need to say a word. That's the kind of connection that speaks in silence." And then came the theories. Was this Yibo's quiet message to Xiao Zhan? Were they still in contact? Were they using these little subtle gestures as their secret language to say, "I remember you. I still care"? The internet burned with speculation. But underneath all the noise, there was something gentler, a shared warmth that fans couldn't quite explain. Because even those who don't believe in the rumors couldn't deny what they felt. That this was real, that this was human. It's strange, isn't it? How two people who might never speak openly again can still make the world believe in something so pure. Maybe it's because deep down, we all crave that kind of quiet connection, a bond that survives even when life pulls people apart, a kind of love that doesn't need to be shouted to be true. In The Untamed, their characters shared a relationship built on loyalty, trust, and unspoken emotion. And somehow, that energy spilled over into real life, into glances that felt too natural to be rehearsed, into smiles that carried too much warmth to be staged. Those moments became more than fiction. They became memories, frozen in the hearts of millions who saw themselves in their story. So when Yibo smiled that night, it felt like time folded back on itself. For a moment, we were all back there again. In that summer when The Untamed first aired, when the chemistry between them made the world believe in fate. That same gentle magic filled the air again, through a single, silent smile. There's something incredibly beautiful about quiet love. The kind that doesn't need attention, that doesn't fight to be seen. It just is. It lives in the small details. A shared song, a message no one else understands, a look that carries 1,000 unsaid words. Maybe that's why this video hits so deeply. Because even if you're not a fan, you can feel it. The sincerity, the longing, the nostalgia. You can feel the warmth of a man remembering something that once made him whole. And perhaps, somewhere across another city, Xiao Zhan saw that clip too. Perhaps he smiled the same soft smile, the kind that doesn't reach the lips but lights up the eyes. A quiet "I saw you. I understand." Because sometimes, love survives not through contact, but through quiet recognition. The knowledge that someone somewhere still holds a piece of you in their heart. For you, Xiao Zhan. That's what fans began calling it. Not a title, not an assumption, but a feeling. A whisper of something too delicate to define. A message passed through a glance. A small act of tenderness the world wasn't supposed to notice. But it did. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful. It wasn't staged, it wasn't forced. It was simply real. Every time their names appear together, the world seems to pause again. It's not about shipping or fantasy or even celebrity. It's about what they represent. The rare possibility of something true in a world built on performance. Because we've all had someone like that, haven't we? Someone who once understood us without words. Someone we had to let go of. Yet somehow, they never really left. They live in the corners of our memories. In songs we skip too quickly. In photos we can't quite delete. That's why this moment mattered. Because Yibo's smile reminded us of what it means to feel. Deeply, silently, endlessly. So maybe it doesn't matter whether the smile was intentional or not. What matters is how it made people feel. How it reminded us that connection can exist, even in the quietest corners of the internet. That sometimes, the smallest gestures carry the loudest meanings. Because love doesn't always shout. It whispers. It lingers. It returns when you least expect it. In a look, a word, a 10-second clip that brings back everything you thought you'd forgotten. And maybe, just maybe, that smile was Yibo's way of saying, "I remember. I hope you're doing well." No music, no script, just a moment of pure, human honesty. So what do you think, Lumopop family? Was it just a coincidence? Or something deeper? Something that exists quietly behind the camera lights? Do you believe in those silent messages that can only be understood by two people in the whole world? Let me know what your heart tells you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story touched something inside you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep the warmth alive. Because here at Lumopop, we'll keep uncovering stories that live between fame and feeling. One smile, one heartbeat, one silence at a time. Until next time, stay gentle, stay curious, and never stop believing in the quiet kind of love that speaks without a word, but stays forever.